for some reason. All right, let's go.
I'm expressing with my full capabilities, and now I'm living in correctional facilities. Cause some don't agree with how I do this. I get straight and meditate like a Buddhist.
Hey, all right, it's Comic Artist Pro Secrets. Welcome. My name is Ethan Van Sciver, 25-year veteran of this comic book industry, this goofy-ass comic book industry. Here we are, IO9, Doc Gizmodo, garbage tier, severe garbage tier. Garbage tier, the first order. I put it on the list. Some of you sent me this article, asked me to comment on it. I'd be willing to do that. Why not? Let's make a video today. For some reason, Marvel just canceled Chelsea Cain's upcoming The Vision series. That is shocking. Written by Charles Pullen-Moore. I love that. You got some legs for Charles? Pull him more. Pull him more, Charles. I think he'll proceed to do that. I don't know who. This art is interesting. Looks like Sean Chen. Nope. Gabriel Hernandez Walta. Don't know who that is. Writer Chelsea Cain has penned some of Marvel's best comics in recent years. That's pretty vague, Charles. That's pretty vague. Have you done any research at all? This is what Chelsea Cain has done for Marvel Comics. 8 issues of Mockingbird, plus a couple of specials. And Mockingbird, of course, known mostly for this very controversial cover. I wonder if that'll show up okay. Yeah. Ask me about my feminist agenda. It says right on her t-shirt. That might as well, the entire cover might as well just say, ask me about my feminist agenda. That's what we're meant to see. And that did kind of stir up some confusion in fandom. And they did proceed to ask Chelsea Cain about feminist agendas, at which point Chelsea Cain, I believe, nuked her Twitter account and thus began, well, I mean, it was one of the things that started Comicsgate. Yeah, so penned some of, I wish he just said, hey, she wrote, 8 or 9 issues of Mockingbird and was canceled and then proceeded to go to, I don't know, she kind of retired for a little while, then came back and did a book called Man Eaters at Image, and she was called Troublesome. And then I guess Marvel kind of said, hey, maybe it would be a good idea to give her another series and give her another chance, and then this. So let's read more. Which is one of the things that made the targeted harassment campaign against her in the wake of her excellent, that should be in quotes, Mockingbird series so difficult to witness. But now, a new series she was in the middle of has been canceled before the pre-order period was even over. Uh-oh. All right, that's worrisome. News that Cain was set to return to Marvel to write a new series focusing on Vision and his daughter, and Champions member Viv. If you're reading that book, The Champions, by Mark Waid, I don't know if that's even still out. That might have been canceled as well. Vision has a little daughter, a teenage girl, and she's a member of the Champions. Viv was cause, okay, so the Champions member Viv was cause for excitement a few weeks ago. But last night, Cain took to her Twitter to announce that the publisher has suddenly axed her series out of the blue. In fact, even though 4 completed issues were turned into the publisher already, that's quick work. Good. Newsarama reports this decision comes 1 full month before retailers' orders for the Vision #1 were due to Diamond comic distributors. So basically, the way it works is this: 3 months before a comic book hits the stands, 3 months, comic book companies solicit. They say, hey, these are all the books that we're going to be offering 3 months from now. Turn in your orders, and then we'll know how many to ship to you. Even though if we are Marvel Comics, we are going to double ship those issues to you at your expense. And it is peculiar that 1 full month maybe before final orders came in, Marvel decided this book should be canceled. We'll talk about why that might be in a second. So here's Chelsea Cain's tweets. I'm incredibly proud of the 4 issues we've turned in so far. It's been 2 years of work. It took 2 years to do 4 issues, Chelsea. That's interesting. That's another little piece of data that we might want to squirrel away and put into this. And it reflects tremendous effort by an incredibly talented team. It kills me that we won't get to share them. Forgive me, Viv. Yeah, Marvel's Division. Okay, so Newsarama reports on this. Chelsea Cain, Marvel asked me to keep this clean and quiet. So she quotes editorial that probably called her up and said, okay, this is going to be kind of sensitive, so if you wouldn't mind, just let's announce this clean and quiet, and then move on. They probably gave her a kill fee. That's another thing. A kill fee is about 1/3 of the rate. So let's say they promised her 6 issues worth of work, and she was only paid to do 4. They would give you a kill fee. They'll give you, in other words, they'll pay you to not do it. They'll pay you 1/3 of what you would have been paid to not produce the work. That's a kill fee. And that's a good way to keep you quiet, and you feel like, well, hey, I didn't get my job done, I didn't get to have a comic book put out, but look, it's free money. It's free money to go away. So Marvel asks her to keep this clean quiet because apparently they've never met me. Hi guys, she says in all caps, I'm the one who's a pain in the ass. Remember me now? Yeah, we remember. I want you to know that I am being truthful and transparent because most comic book freelancers can't be. I am loud for all of them. Well, that's admirable. I mean, that is true. They do want you to shut your mouth in cases like this. And, there's a kind of implied promise or threat of either more work eventually or no work if you open your mouth. So Chelsea CAIN I think she's playing an interesting tactic here. Being Chelsea CAIN, having the reputation that she has, and having worked, through this before. I mean, Chelsea CAIN is brought up over and over again when it comes to Comicsgate about this. She was harassed for putting that feminist agenda t-shirt on there. She had to, lose her Twitter account. She ran away. This is all terrible. Marvel trying to make amends by giving her another job on Vision and then quietly taking it away and hoping that Chelsea will be quiet about it. Chelsea has no incentive to be quiet about it. None at all. She doesn't need to be quiet. The louder she is on the internet, the more outrage she can drum up and direct at Marvel Comics. Marvel Comics is probably going to have to respond by putting Chelsea CAIN on another project in order to silence critics, silence her fans, who will now turn on Marvel and make this something that it probably isn't. Yeah, it's a good move. It's a smart move for Chelsea CAIN. Terrible situation. Marvel should not have probably given her a book. According to Hollywood Reporter, Marvel's decision to cancel the series boiled down to the publisher wanting to take Vision and Viv in a different direction in the long term. Okay, that is Marvel speak. That is comic speak for it's terrible. Okay, basically, it's not good. That's a different direction means this is awful. All right, we can't publish this. IO9 has reached out to Marvel and CAIN's representatives for comment, and we'll update if we hear back. It should be noted that Marvel already declined to comment to the Hollywood Reporter. That's probably smart. Hollywood Reporter is garbage. Given that CAIN's The Vision was only ever meant to be a 6-issue limited series, wow, and they didn't even let her finish it. And she was brought on to write the series before Tom King's book on the run on the book was ever even over. All right, everything's becoming clear. Everything's coming into focus. One has to wonder what it was about CAIN's plot that Marvel took issue with. Specifically, what could have possibly been at odds with the character's overall trajectory. CAIN has spoken openly about her intention to focus on the series, on the dynamic between a single father and a rebellious teenage daughter, a natural and logical story to delve into considering what Vision and Viv have been up to in Marvel Comics as of late. CAIN also pointed out on Twitter that canceling the Vision also means that readers won't get the chance to see Marvel newcomer Aud Koch's illustrations. They will. I'm sure if Aud Koch is, I don't know if that's a male or female, is good, that person will find work somewhere else. And of course, here's our friend Chuck Wendigo, this guy, failed Star Wars writer, weirdo on the internet, weird beard. I am so sorry. That is a huge bummer. He talks like a hippie. Chelsea CAIN, yeah, I feel really horrible. Just having so many issues banked. 4 issues in 2 years. Adcock, the artist, is amazing. So gifted. Still. Oh, she's a woman. Okay, good. So gifted. Hire Adcock World. She is a female comic book artist. This was her big break. Well, you broke it for her. Whatever the reasoning is behind the cancellation, it's a loss for everyone. Well, maybe just 2 people. Hopefully more light, and Marvel, who paid for her for 4 issues and probably a 2-issue kill fee. Hopefully more light will be shed on this why this series, which honestly sounded like it would have been amazing, might never see the light of day. All right, so here's the situation, most likely, from insider speak. It's fairly clear that Chelsea CAIN was assigned this issue 2 years ago. Assigned this series 2 years ago. You have to do 6 issues. It's taken her 2 years to produce 4 issues. I don't know if that's Chelsea's fault or if it's the artist's fault. I have no way of knowing that. But in any case, Marvel Comics is looking at them and apparently is not happy with them. Now, it's quite possible that they're looking at them and just saying it's going to take another year. Do the math. It's going to take another year for her to get the other 2 issues in. If it took 2 years to do 4, it's going to take another year to do 2, and we don't want to wait anymore. But that isn't really good logic. Marvel would probably just go ahead and pay for the next 2 issues, and when the 6 issues were ready, hooray! You know, we've got 6 issues to put out sometime in 2019 from noted feminist author, and she's mostly a novelist. Clearly, she's not much of a comic book writer. She's only written a handful of comics in her career. She's written a lot of novels. You know, they would celebrate that. I've got 6 issues, and boom. And even if they're not good, it doesn't really matter. More likely, the 4 issues are in and they're terrible. That is why they would say something like, "We want to take this in a different direction." That means a direction other than the direction you're taking it in. That is most likely the situation. On top of that, one can usually tell from pre-orders, even a month away from finalized pre-orders, exactly where these orders are going to come in. And I think a vision book by Chelsea CAIN might not have been setting the pre-order market on fire. Marvel, taking all of these things into consideration, asked Chelsea CAIN to be understanding and decent about the situation. Chelsea CAIN was quick to say, "I'm a pain in the ass." Remember, quite right. This is her best move, honestly, is to make a big fuss out of this. To me, I have no dog in this fight. I think it's pretty funny. Chelsea CAIN should absolutely make a ruckus about this. Marvel should absolutely cancel her book. And we'll just sit back and watch where it goes from here. Yeah, Marvel, didn't you ask this woman about her feminist agenda? She told you to. Hey, want to follow me on Twitter? Okay, cool. I'm at Ethan Van Sciver. Talk to you there. If you enjoyed this video and want to become part of this community, subscribe to this channel by clicking the laughing man face logo right on your screen. Ring the bell for notifications as well. You'll never miss a live chat. And stay tuned, another video by Comic Artist Pro Secrets is coming right up.